Hello and welcome back to A Curvy Girl's Guide to Dating and Weight Loss. I've had weigh-in this morning and we've got another £4 off. Really thrilled with this. That's now £12 since I started keto. So I think it was a good decision. Not sure I would have done as well on Slimming World, so I'm pleased, really pleased with that result. Total loss is now 2 stone 11.5 pounds. So I'm really hoping I can reach my 3 stone milestone next week. And then I'm gonna have a real sort of push to get 3.5 stone by Christmas, knowing full well at least half a stone is gonna go back on over the Christmas week. So yeah, keto seems to be doing its job. Funnily enough, I was saying to a friend yesterday that I wasn't sure whether it was working, whether I was enjoying it. It's quite tough at times. And then, I was like, I miss peppers. So I was a devil and I bought some peppers. I love them in a stir fry and to roast them. And I've been avoiding them because they are slightly higher in carbs and trying to stick to the more green leafy variety. But a few peppers aren't going to kill me. It's, bags of crisps, it's chocolate, it's alcohol. They're the things that are going to, tip me over the edge. A few peppers aren't. So I think I'm finding my own way with keto. I'm probably not having the fat content that I should. So I think I'm certainly doing a lazy version of keto, let's put it that way. Not missing the carbs really, not too much anyway. Lodo helps. I tend not to have too much of that because they're still quite carby. But they're certainly a great alternative if you just want something quick or you want something familiar. So they're definitely key to this for me. And also I found at a market stall that I go to at the weekends, a keto stall, which is great because I get to have a keto cupcake at the weekend. She makes these great keto sausage rolls, keto Yorkshire puddings. So it's really nice to have a bit of sort of familiar, sort of naughty foods, but are still within the keto diet. So they're my weekend treats, really. Although having said that, last weekend I was an absolute disaster. There's no two ways about it. I wasn't great Saturday or Sunday. Saturday I started by drinking mulled wine early Saturday morning, and I think I just got the buckets in because of it. I was like, oh, I started it and then realised, I was like, oh, this is so bad on a keto diet, everything about this drink, but it was so yummy that I didn't care. But yeah, instead of, just drawing a line under it, I did carry on being naughty for both days actually. Which is a bit silly because then I've had to be really lean this week to counterbalance it. So I'm going to try really hard not to do that this weekend, just so I can eat more next week. It's crazy to have peaks and troughs like I do at times. So I'm trying to sort of level it out a bit. I know I'll still have a drink this weekend, and it's me. But I've changed to vodka, lime and soda. And I just need to not drink as much. And I've planned my food as well, so I'm prepared and ready. And if I want a treat, I'm going to the market again tomorrow. I can get my treats from the keto lady and have it in that manner. But yeah, overall, I'm really impressed with how far I've come, how I've stuck with it. This is probably one of the longest times I have dieted for in my life. What's surprising is that at nearly 3 stone weight loss, I haven't dropped a size yet. A few items of clothes, like some leggings and a pair of jeans, some pajama bottoms, I've had to go because they're too big. But other than that, everything else is still fitting me. So I was clearly bursting at the seams in my current clothes when I was at my heaviest, and it'll be interesting to see how long it takes before I do move down a size. Don't get me wrong, nothing is tight and things are starting to get baggy, but I definitely am not ready for the next jean size down. I think that's the benchmark, isn't it, when you can go down a size in your jeans. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see how much more I have to lose before I get to that stage. But anyway, happy with where I'm at, and I'm going to keep going. So yeah, all is good on the weight loss front. Dating, well, found out yesterday that we're in tier 3, so dating's not actually going to happen for me for a good while. Probably not realistically until the new year, and that is if we ever get out of current tiers and current lockdowns, etc. So I am still on the sites and still getting a few funny experiences. When I last did my vlog, I'd mentioned about my second Mr. Kinky was into the female-led relationships. Well, I spoke to him on the phone that evening at length. Honestly, I'm like a journalist when I get on the phone to these guys. I'm question. I'm dying to find out what they're into. But he was a surprise. Again, not what I was expecting from his messages. He wasn't pervy, but he was quite out there and quite almost pushy, I would say. Whereas on the phone, he was very, very, very different. And I said that to him. And the reason he is quite out there over message is to find out whether the person, the girls he's talking to, are actually interested in what he's interested in. So he does feel the need to sort of push it slightly more than he would feel comfortable face to face or verbally. And I asked him why. Again, he was on a mainstream dating site and not something specific to a female-led relationship. And his answer was the same as the last guy, actually, in that he doesn't want the extremes that come with the specific dating sites to his particular kink, because it is really extreme. So he wants something a lot more low-key. Well, so he says. However, it is still pretty extreme, I think. So what he is looking for is to find his queen, and what that involved would be his queen literally being idolised in every way, shape or form. He would do all the cooking, all the cleaning, anything the queen wanted. He would run her bath. She would just be told to relax at all times. He would encourage her to go out. He would encourage her to cheat so that she could then tell him all about it. His pleasure would always be delayed for as long as his queen chose. He would share his finances. She would have access to his bank account. She would be put on the mortgage. Really I think quite extreme. I was really shocked, especially where the finances came into play. And I said that to him. I said, you're putting yourself in a very vulnerable position to be used. And his response was just, it's fine, it's only money. If somebody wanted to take all my money, then they'd just do it. Anyway, listen, this guy was not for me. I have no interest in what he was about. It was interesting though. I'm really pleased I spoke to him, and after we'd sort of talked about the kinky side of things, we had a really long discussion about American politics and the different countries that he'd lived in and I'd lived in, and different cultures, and it was a really, really nice guy to talk to, and it was a real shame he's got this kink side, because I think we'd have got on really well. But anyway, he has got this kink side. I could never relinquish control of my kitchen. I'll tell you that for now. I remember a few years ago when my ex cooked me breakfast in bed once, and I sat on the edge of my bed, door wide open, listening to everything he was doing down in the kitchen and thinking to myself, well, he's put that on before that'll be ready, so it's gonna completely screw up his timings here. And I mean, that's crazy, isn't it? But that's just me. I'm so in control of my kitchen, and there is no way I think I could ever release it to any guy. It is my domain. And also, as much as I'd love a guy to go and clean my house for me, it's just weird. So he's out. However, I'm definitely some kind of kink magnet on these sites. There is just no question. I don't know why. I don't know what it is about me. There's certainly nothing on my profile that suggests I am, but they all seem to gravitate towards me and feel the need to tell me about them. So I've had a new one this week, Mr. Kinky 3. And not long after we'd got chatting, started getting flirty, and then he decided to divulge to me that his ultimate fantasy is to have sex with a woman and another man. My first question is, of course, why? What is your reasoning behind this? Are you bisexual? Do you want the pleasure with another man? Why? And his response was not any element of him is bisexual. He wouldn't want to touch the other guy. He would just want to see his woman being pleasured by somebody else, with somebody else, and be joining in on that. This guy's only 34, so whether age is playing a part in this, I don't know. But, you know, does nobody just want like normal sex anymore? It just all seems a bit baffling and a bit much. Anyway, I've binned him off. I can't be doing with it. I just want a bit of normal, shall we say. Having said that, last night I started chatting to another guy, and he has just joined online dating. Now, this is a rare find. I feel that I'm a seasoned pro at this now. I feel very experienced in online dating and the do's and don'ts, and I've, navigated my way through certain things. And it's quite interesting when you start talking to somebody who's completely new to it. They have a totally different attitude. They're very fresh, they're very open-minded, very honest. And in fact, on Hinge, there's a little purple square at the top left-hand corner that says just joined. And sometimes I will match with a guy that I wouldn't normally match with just because he's a just joined. And I think, oh, you're a newbie. This could be refreshing. But anyway, so far so good. This guy does seem to be pretty normal, shall I say. Lives locally, decent job, an 8-year-old child. So yeah, fingers crossed something could happen with him. It's a bit difficult though, isn't it? Because the most I could do in terms of going out on a date with him is to go for a walk, which is a bit dull. I mean, dating is so much easier when there's a beer involved, I'm not going to lie. But anyway, we'll see. Something might happen, something might not. But one thing's for sure, I am sure I'll come across some characters along the way, even if we're locked down and can't actually meet up. So that's me from this week. That's Charlie from A Curvy Girl's Guide to Dating and Weight Loss.